Off the western coast of Mexico, hidden from the prying eyes of the modern world, lies a forgotten archipelago. At its heart is an island, a ghost on the ocean, measuring 12 miles wide and 15 miles long. This landmass is a phantom, absent from any map, invisible to every radar system known to man. It's a place that time and history have deliberately forgotten. For centuries, it has remained a secret, a blank spot on our globe, waiting. The only whispers of its existence come from a collection of ancient, brittle documents discovered locked away in a safe in the Middle East. They were dismissed as the ravings of a madman, the fantastical scribblings of a disturbed mind. Yet, these texts spoke of an incredible secret hidden on this very island. They described a cave, a gateway not just through rock, but through time and space itself. A portal that could transport anyone to any point in history and any place in the universe. One fateful evening, a lone fishing vessel, the Sea Serpent, found itself hopelessly lost. Buffeted by an unexpected storm, they had drifted far off course. As the storm subsided and the mist cleared, they saw it. An island, lush and green, where no island should be. The captain, a seasoned mariner named Richard Marlowe, stared in disbelief. He checked his charts, then the radar, then the GPS. Nothing. According to every instrument on his ship, they were in the middle of empty ocean. "It shouldn't be here," Captain Marlowe muttered to his first mate, his voice a mix of awe and unease. The crew gathered on the deck, their faces a mixture of confusion and fear. The island was a paradox, a geographical impossibility. As they drew closer, its sheer scale became apparent. Towering cliffs gave way to dense, emerald jungles that seemed to hum with an ancient, unseen life. Waterfalls cascaded down moss-covered rocks, and strange, vibrant birds flitted through the canopy. It was a world untouched, pristine. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Captain Marlowe made a decision. Their fuel was low, and their supplies were dwindling. This island, this anomaly, was their only hope for now. "Drop anchor," he commanded. "We'll make it safe for the night." "We're going ashore." The crew worked with a nervous efficiency, securing the Sea Serpent in a calm, protected cove. A small party, led by Marlowe, rowed a dinghy to the sandy beach. The air on the island was thick, humid, and alive with the chirps and rustles of unseen creatures. It felt ancient, primal. They set up a makeshift camp just beyond the tree line, building a fire that crackled and spat, casting dancing shadows into the encroaching darkness. While his men settled in, an inexplicable pull drew Captain Marlowe away from the firelight. He felt a strange energy, a subtle vibration in the air that seemed to call to him. He walked along the edge of the jungle, the sounds of his crew fading behind him. The moon cast an ethereal glow through the thick canopy, illuminating a path he felt compelled to follow. After a short walk, he found it. Tucked into the side of a massive rock formation was an opening, a gaping maw that led into the heart of the island. It was a cave, dark and immense, its entrance framed by thick, hanging vines. An unnatural stillness emanated from within, a silence that seemed to swallow all sound. A shiver ran down Marlowe's spine, a mix of fear and an intense, overwhelming curiosity. This had to be it. He knew it in his bones. He rushed back to camp. "Harris, Miller, grab your torches. You have to see this." He led the two crewmen back to the cave's entrance. They stood before it, the beams of their flashlights barely penetrating the oppressive blackness within. It felt like standing on the edge of forever. As they took a collective step forward to peer inside, a sudden, blinding flash of light erupted from the cave's mouth, followed by a soft whoosh sound like a gentle exhalation of air. And then, silence. They blinked, their eyes adjusting. They weren't on the island anymore. The smell of salt and diesel filled their nostrils. They were standing on the deck of the Sea Serpent, exactly where they had been hours before. The camp on the beach was gone. The fire was gone. The dinghy was secured to the ship. It was as if they had never left. But something had changed. On the chart table in the captain's cabin lay a familiar, yet different, set of documents. They were the madman's writings, but they were more complete, with new pages filled with frantic, handwritten notes. The texts spoke of more than just a time-traveling cave. They warned of guardians, beings who protect the island's secrets. They described the island as a nexus, a point where infinite realities converge and sometimes break. The documents hinted that the island itself chooses its visitors, testing them, judging them. Who was the author of these documents? How did he know about this place? And why did the island send Marlowe and his men back to their ship, but with this new, terrifying knowledge? Were they being warned away, or were they being invited to play a much larger, more dangerous game? Out on the dark ocean, under a sky full of indifferent stars, Captain Richard Marlowe realized his journey of being lost had only just begun. The island was no longer just a mystery, it was a destiny, and it was calling his name. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, make sure to follow for more tales from the unknown.